2 to 3 minutes. Now, so categories of research question. We have descriptive questions, descriptive research questions. Now, these questions aim to describe characteristics, trend, or patterns in a population or phenomena without exploring relationship or causes. Now, example of such is, what are the common transportation challenges faced by commuters in Lagos? If you observe now, this question here is just to describe the characteristics, right? The trends, the patterns in the population. So these answers now here can be, can just be like a point estimate or a parameter. When I mean parameter, it can be a percentage value. It can be if you have seen how they analyze descriptive work before, it can just be like a mere representation to identify, like a bar chart representation to see, these are the common challenges faced by commuters in Lagos. So it's descriptive in nature. Now, when you see a question like this, when you form a question like this, you're actually trying to just, get a description of the phenomena that we are actually measuring. Now, another one we can see is how many people use public transportation daily in Abuja. So these are just this kind of question is just something you can just provide answer for after your analysis, and can just be like a parameter, a statistic, right? Showing percentage, showing a chart. So it's just descriptive in nature. Okay, so like we have just 8 minutes more for this call to end. Let me quickly create the other meeting, so we could just join. I'll drop that in the call. Favor, raise up your hand. Favor, raise up your hand. Okay.
Very good afternoon. So I don't know if you are trying to speak, but you are muted. So I don't know if you're trying to speak to us, but
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Yes. All right. Thank you. Sorry, there was a mix-up somewhere. So I was saying, I hope I've been following the class and hope I've been getting value, right?
Yes, I've been following. The class has been going very well, and it's actually been very easy to understand. There are a lot of things that are becoming more clear to me as I'm listening, especially as somebody who is entering their final year and is going to start with their research.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for that review. I really appreciative of that. Okay, so let me just continue straight up so we can, move further in this. So another type of research question we can have is normative research question. So this research question evaluates what should be. So most of the time, normative research question, asks the question. Melissa, you want to say something?
I want to ask, hope it's being recorded. All right, thank you.
So so long we fill in the quiz, or I will send it to your mail. We'll send it to the mail and also upload it to our YouTube channel so you could watch it there. All right, that's okay. All right, so now normative research questions. These questions evaluate what should be based on standards, ethics, or social expectations. So they often involve making value judgments. So most of the time when you see questions like what should be the minimum safety standard for public buses in Nigeria, I'm so sorry if I'm using transportation as my major case studies. That's because majority of people that filled in the questionnaire were in transportation department of a particular university, and I just felt I should just, since statistically majority of people are from there, so that's why I'm using an example. But we can actually apply it, right? We can actually apply it in any sector. We can actually apply it, right? Someone is shouting transport. All right, actually, there's zero transport. Yeah, people actually, there are a lot of people that filled in.
Hi, Dan, can you hear me?
I appreciate you. Hi, Dan, can you hear me? Yes.
Dan. We can't hear you if you can hear me.
You said you're not seeing my screen. I can hear you. Hey, I'm coming. Can you hear me now? Oh my God.
I can hear from my end.
Sorry. Thank you for that. Someone was saying cannot hear me. I can. Oh, very good. Thank you, Molala. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. So now, I believe you can see my screen now. I believe you can see my screen. All right. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for the support. All right. Now, we have normative research question. I think I was not sharing my screen before, and that's sorry about that. So this question evaluates what should be based on standard ethics or societal expectations. They often involve making value judgments. Now, most of the time when we see a research question that asks the question, what should be? That's the normative research questions. Right? I hope I'm taking notes. This can be part of your quiz questions. Right? And there's a prize for someone that will actually hit the quiz and get it all right, within the specified time. We'll see the live score in this place, so we'll be watching it. All right. Okay. All right. Now, how should urban planning policies address traffic congestion? You see the word again, should. And it's majorly based on, standard ethic or societal expectations. And another one we can see is exploratory research questions. Now, these questions seek to investigate a new or relatively unknown issue, identifying factors and forming hypotheses for future research. Now, example of such is what factors contribute to the inefficiency of public transport in Nigeria? So this is a research question, right? How do ride hailing, these ride hailing services, right? They involve the Uber, the Bolt, right? So those service that you could just order for a ride from the comfort of your home, from a nearby driver, right? So how do ride-hailing service affect traditional taxi business in Lagos? So this can be a research question, right? This can be a research question under exploratory research. This question seeks to investigate a new or relatively unknown issue. So we don't really know, right? We don't really know how this affects this, right? So what factors contribute? So like this one, I'm trying to see, okay, the factors that contribute to the inefficiency, right? Because there are many. And we just have to try to identify them in our study. Now another one we can see is explanatory. Sometimes it's also called causal research questions. Some people also call it impact research question. Now this one actually measures cause and effect. This is happening because of this, right? How does poor road infrastructure contribute to increased travel time in Abuja? Right? So you are seeing this and this, two variables. Poor road infrastructure, travel time in Abuja. Right? Now then have another one. What is the impact of fuel price increase on public transportation? So you see this cause and effect because of this. This is what is happening. Right? That kind of research is explanatory research question. That kind of research question, sorry. Now we have comparative. I think this is the last one. Comparative research questions. Now these research questions compare two or more groups, condition or time period. How does the efficiency of BRT compare to conventional minibus? So it's comparison in nature. Right? It's comparison in nature. What are the differences in commuter satisfaction between ride-hailing? All right. Can you see it now, Joseph? Thank you. Right. What are the difference in commuter satisfaction between ride-hailing and service and public buses? So this kind of research questions, they are comparative in nature. You just compare two phenomena. We're not actually establishing a cause and effect here. We're trying to measure differences, right? Trying to measure differences. Or in our quiz question, we're going to see further examples, right, on that. And I just hope we'll be able to them, fire which of them, you know. Joseph, you're raising up your hand. Joseph, raise up your hand. Okay. Now, these questions assess the effectiveness of a policy. That's for evaluative research question. This is the last one. Then I will just explain this and then we'll be done. All right, for today. Then next week, I'm going to be seeing statistics in research. So we're going to be seeing sample size determination. We're going to be seeing statistical analysis. You know, we're going to be seeing literature review. We're going to be seeing, you know, how to present your findings. So that's it. So let's see evaluative research questions. Evaluative research questions. So these questions assess the effectiveness of a policy, program, or system. Now, how effective has the Lagos BRT system been in reducing traffic congestion? So this one is evaluative, right? It's to assess the effectiveness of the policy, program, or system. Now, I also have to what extent has the ban on motorcycles, popular known as Okada, improved road safety in Nigeria's cities? So all these are evaluative. We're trying to know the effectiveness of a policy. Now, remember this policy was given by our dearly beloved Sanwo-Olu, our governor. So he gave this. So I want to see to what extent this ban, because this ban was given because of I think a lot of people are dying. We have a lot of people dying in the road because of the bike men, and they don't obey traffic laws, and most of them don't use helmets. Right, I think Fashola was trying to bring helmets in, but most of them don't still use the helmet. So a lot of death was happening. So they banned the motorcycles to improve road safety. So we might want to test this policy now. Has it truly improved road safety? So over time, compare. I want to use comparison now. So if I have to measure the dangers on the road, right, when this ban has not been placed, and when the ban has been placed, right, if there have been some improvements, then we can say that policy is a good one. If they have not been, then there's something wrong with the policy. Now we can see that to improve road safety in Nigeria, we don't need to ban motorcycle. You see how research is important. That's if our governments will actually follow such, right? But actually, you're doing it for yourself. Like I said, the benefits of research. You're doing it because this is something you're passionate about. You want to see change. Now, irrespective of if your institution is doing it or not, because I think one of the major setbacks my friends had then was that they are not using their research for anything, and they'll say burn them, fire. So that means they'll just pack. You know, the way they should do it, if you go to some lecturer's office, you find out that there are loads of research papers there, and after like 5 years or 3 years, they'll carry it and throw it away. Like I will sell it to people. It can be so disheartening and frustrating. But however, we are doing this for yourself, right? Doing it for yourself for your career advancement. Just imagine you want to go to the UK and I want to go to another country, and you're asking for a research that you have worked on, right? So you can actually pick that. And speak passionately about it, and they'll know you did this yourself. Now let's just see. We have seen this before, but I just want to see research question under categories. Don't forget, like I said, research objective must follow your research question, or research question must follow your research objective. Now, we saw to analyze one of the objectives to analyze the impact of road condition on travel time and commuters in Nigeria in the delays. Sorry, to analyze the impact of road conditions on travel time and commuter delays in Nigerian cities. Now we now see that the research question here is how do road conditions affect travel time and commuter delays in Nigerian cities? Now this is an explanatory research question. Why? It explores cause and effect. Don't forget, I told you about cause and effect. This one now, road condition affecting travel time, cause and effect, and commuters delay. Right? So this now, as an independent variable, affecting this dependent variable, affecting this dependent variable. I know I've not mentioned dependent variable before earlier, but we might see that next class, that next Saturday, independent variable and dependent variable, so we can identify them. But now, just think of independent variable as what and we are using to measure, right, the outcome variable, right? So in this case now, we are trying to see road conditions, right, as an independent variable affecting this or causing a change in travel time, right? And also causing a change in commuter delays. Beautiful, right? Now, we have categorized this under explanatory research questions. Now, what is the level of reliability and accessibility of public transportation for daily commuters? This is descriptive. Descriptive. Now, the last one. How effective are road expansion and traffic management policies in improving, transportation flow? Now, this is a policy again, and we're trying to evaluate. Don't forget, we're trying to evaluate this policy. How good is this policy, right? How effective are the road expansion? The other one we saw before was the ban on bike. Now we are seeing how effective are road expansion and traffic management policies in improving transportation flow. So this is an evaluative research questions, right? And it assesses the effectiveness of policies and interventions. Now, quickly, let me just go to the slide again before we try to wrap up for today, and then we rush to our quiz. I'm so excited, about this. Right. So I think we're done. This is the last side of the quiz where I say to you, thank